This video will be coming out a little bit late. I'm going to go over the trades that I made yesterday. There were two trades, one on a B quality stock, CDIO, and then another on a B quality stock, GLUE. The first trade that I made was a complete FOMO trade. I wasn't sitting on my computer when I heard this stock popping up. I have the audio cue every time the stock is popping up. I have the audio cue letting me know that something is coming up on my top gainer scanner. I came over when I sat down. The stock had already made its move, and I decided to hop in on the backside, thinking that it was a pullback instead of the backside of the move, not even putting the stock into the True Telos trading grading scale. And that made me a little bit frustrated with myself. So I immediately hopped back into another stock that was a B quality. Like, I didn't even put that stock into the True Telos trading grading scale. So the 7th of this month was a little bit of a FOMO and revenge day. I didn't stick to my strategies, and I'm red on that day. So we're going to go through these trades, and we're going to see how I traded these stocks today. The first stock we traded this morning, the ticker was CDIO. Again, today's date is the 7th of January 2026. The stock did have a news catalyst this morning. And like I said, I didn't even get a chance to sit down and check what that news catalyst was. I just knew that it had news because I saw it on the day trade dash. So I saw that it was moving. This would be a +3. And in hindsight, I wasn't sitting at my computer when this stock first started moving. This is why it was a FOMO trade. It was very much a fear of missing out trade. When I sat down, I immediately just bought the stock for the move higher. I saw that it had made a high and that it had dipped down, and I thought I was buying the dip, but I was buying the back end of that move. The stock had below 10 million shares for float. It's not even on my list anymore. I'm doing this recap a little bit after, but it was well below 10 million shares. This will be a +2 here. The stock was trading above its 200 moving average. When I bought it, it was at $4.19 was the highest price that I bought it at. And the daily moving average on this stock is, let me go to it here really fast. Oh, actually, it wasn't. It was not. So this was not an A plus quality stock. It was below the 200 moving average on the stock. It was up there at $5.16. So it's like I said, I didn't even plug it into my True Telos trading grading. So I thought it was an A plus quality stock, but it wasn't an A plus quality stock. It was up well above 40%. It was close to like 56%. This would be a +1 here. The price was under $10. Like I said, I bought it at close to $4 and some change. This would be a +1. It was like the number 3 stock in the morning when I traded it. This would be a +1. It was not at any all-time highs. So if we add all of these together, this gives us a score of 8. And according to our True Telos trading grading scale, a score of 8 is a B quality stock. So yeah. So I plugged this thing in, and it was a B quality stock this morning, not even an A, because I thought it was an A when I entered, but just looking at it now, actually going back and doing my analysis on it, it was a B quality stock. So we have to make sure that we're not rushing the trades like we did this morning. Like I said, I sat down, I heard the audio cue of the stock moving up, sat down. It looked like it was an A quality stock, didn't take time to plug it in. And now I am down on this stock $18.79 because I didn't do my quality check, didn't plug it into my True Telos trading grading scale. And yeah, we're red on it. A strategy that we used to enter on it, like I said, was breaking high of day, or not breaking high of day, dipped to resumption. It dipped down, and I was buying. I was trying to buy for the move higher, but I did not catch that move higher at all. As a matter of fact, I traded the backside of the move. I lost approximately 25 cents a share on this stock. 25 cents a share. And I traded it for a lot longer than I should have. Normally, I don't want to be in the stock for more than a minute to 2 minutes, but I was in this one because I was hoping that it was going to come back up for a little bit over 5 minutes, so 5 to 10 minutes. Like I said, I am down on the stock today, $18.79. I bought approximately 74 shares of this stock, so it's not a bad green day, and it's not me sticking to my strategy at all. And this is what happens when we don't stick to our strategy. We end up with a negative trade, and this is something that happens. So quality checks are very much necessary. If I would have done the quality check, I wouldn't have gotten into this stock because look, it's not even a part of my strategy. So it's something that we have to continue for the foreseeable future. Let's go ahead and plug the next stock into our True Telos trading grading scale. This next stock that I'm going to plug into the True Telos trading grading scale is a complete revenge trade. The ticker on the stock was GLUE. On the same date, the 7th of January 2026, the stock did have news. As a matter of fact, it was a very good news headline. This is like a biomedical company, and they had something that was FDA approved. This will be a +3 here. If I look up Glue, they had a float on this stock of 64 million shares. So well above that 20 million. Well above it. I shouldn't even have been in this thing, but because I rushed that first trade and I was just looking for something that I could possibly score good off of, just so I could have something green for the day. So this was definitely, I'm going to go ahead and mark this off right now. This was definitely a revenge trade. Revenge trade because I was red on the stock and I didn't even have time to sit down and plug it in. I just bought it and it was red and I was upset, emotionally hijacked for this trade. Um, it was trading above the 200 moving average. Let me go back here and look on my chart. The 200 moving average was way down there at $8.38. When I bought this stock this morning, I bought it at uh, $22.28 or $22.22. And you'll see when we get into the chart where I bought and where I sold the stock at. So well above that 200 moving average. It was up. It was up about close to like close to 45 or close to it was up over 40%, but it was very, very close to 40%. This would be a +1 here. Price was well above that $10 mark. As a matter of fact, I wasn't able to buy much of this stock. I was only able to buy 13 shares of this stock. As a matter of fact, a very minuscule number of shares, but this is a revenge trade. So the amount of shares didn't matter because, like I said, it was a revenge trade. When we traded it, it was like the number 2 or number 3 stock in the market that morning. This would be a +1 here, and it was at all-time highs for this calendar year. This would be a +1 here. If we add all of these together, this gives us a score of 8. So 2 B quality stocks we traded today. And according to our True Telos trading grading scale, like I said, it's a B quality stock. The strategy we used to enter this trade this morning uh, was again that dip to resumption. So we saw the price moving. We saw it take a momentary dip, and we bought that dip on that stock. Let me go ahead and oh well, of course I had the strategy as revenge trade, but we did buy the dip on this stock and we caught a pretty good profit. We held it for longer than we wanted to. Again, like I said, we were revenge trading. We were hoping just to get something green today. Uh Emotion got the very best of me today, even though it's not a super big red day. It's a red day nonetheless, and it's a red day because I did not follow my rules. We are up per share on this stock about 73 cents per share. 73 cents per share. Like I said, we were only able to buy 13 shares of this stock. We were in this thing for like 7 minutes. 7 minutes, that's way longer than I want to be trading for. So both trades, we went over the allotted time that we know that we're going to be profitable during the trade. We made on this stock about $8.12. So we are red on the day, just $10 and some change. It's a red day due to us not following our rules, due to us not sticking to our True Telos trading grading scale and our strategies that we know will make us profitable. Let's go ahead and get into the charts to see how we traded both of these stocks. This is the first stock we traded, the 7th of this month, yesterday, Wednesday, January 7th. This is the first one, just taking you back through what was going through my mind. So I wasn't sitting on my computer during this time. As you see, it had made a pretty decent move from down here at $3.12 all the way up here to $3.82. I wasn't sitting on my computer anywhere near this move, so it made this entire move without me, and it was on news of this stock. So I was thinking that it was a match to the True Telos trading grading scale. I sat down when it was hitting this high right here at $4.30. And I was figuring that this was going to be the pullback. So I figured I was going to be buying the dip over here. Little did I know I was actually buying the backside of the move. I didn't even have time, or it's not that I didn't have time to. I did not put the stock into my True Telos trading rating scale because I just figured that it wouldn't because I figured that it was already of quality, So what do I need to put it in there for? In hindsight, I was rushing. I was rushing the trade, and as you see, when you rush trades, you lose on them. When you don't do something that's according to your strategy, you absolutely lose on it. And that's what happened with this trade today. This made me very frustrated. It was the first. I had just sat down on my computer, so I didn't even have time to do anything. I sat down at very very early. This was like a little bit after 5:30, and caught a losing trade. It didn't force me. It made me want to keep trading. So I did keep trading. I went ahead and traded another stock that I didn't even put into my True Telos trading grading scale. So this trade was a FOMO trade and led to another revenge trade. The stock that we did a revenge trade on was Glue, GLUE. And this was also a B quality stock according to my True Telos trading grading scale. Let me get back to where I actually made this trade on this stock. And as you see, it was a very, very high price stock. I shouldn't even have gotten in this because the price was so high. Even though we got a win on this stock, and it wasn't a very prominent win. It was 63 cents a share on a stock that was $22, and I only bought 13 shares of it. We were up on that stock, but it's still a stock that I shouldn't have gotten in because it could have easily flushed all the way back down because of the quality of stock that it was. Just something that we don't want to continue doing on the account. If we have a bad trade, we need to leave it at that trade and be done for the day. This was a red day for me, and like I said, it's going to be days that where we have red days. It's going to be days that we aren't trading according to our True Telos trading grading scale. We make those mistakes, and we have to be okay with them. We have to mark them off as mistake days and move on with what we are doing, because what we don't want to do is continue to revenge trade or trade off of FOMO and then have that trade be a giant red day on our account. That's what we don't want. We want to mitigate risk and maximize profits. So if you enjoy this content, please don't be afraid to like and subscribe. This video will be coming out a little bit late. So I hope you all are enjoying the rest of your day, and I will see you all tomorrow.